Final game week of the season, I'm really sorry I can't go live tomorrow, so I thought I'd do a little Saturday evening, half an hour. We'll see how many we have, how long we've got live stream. Trying to help you guys out ahead of the big FPL deadline. Nixie, hope you're well, mate. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for joining me. Your buddy, Trossard for my differential this week, 7 points behind in my mini league. You know what? I don't hate that. He is definitely, I think, first choice now ahead of Martinelli. So I do not mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. I was just going to quickly flash up my team. I made a team selection video on Thursday. Was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday. It may have been yesterday, actually, Friday. Basically, I'm in a really good, well, say really good. It's not as good as other people, but I'll take my rank at the moment, 82,765. It's pretty decent. And I'm relatively happy with my team, particularly the team that's starting. The one sort of question, I guess, suggested transfer I could make is Gordon to Elise. And then just putting Elise on my bench, I've got to say. I just don't see, I completely get people's desires and needs to punt, etc. But I just don't see a good transfer with my team right now. I just don't see it. Potentially goalkeeper, potentially. But when you look at goalkeepers, I've got triple Arsenal, triple Man City already. And I think if I were to bring in a goalkeeper, it would be Ortega or Edison. If you just have a quick look at the draft hound expected points. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty conclusive. You know, I just don't see an obvious transfer. So I think I'm going to do Gordon to Elise and then wait for some Isak news, because I think Isak's carrying a bit of an injury. But he's just playing, and that's obviously, he played against Man United because Wilson was injured. So the question is, if I do Gordon to Elise, do I then start Elise ahead of Isak? I don't know. I'm really happy with my team. I think Mateta can be my little differential. I've held him since, game week 33? Yeah, I've had him since game week 33. I was really impressed with Crystal Palace in the last few weeks, so I went for him, and he's been in some form. So I'm happy with him. And I think I might go Elise. So those are kind of my plans. I just think, having seen Aston Villa's Champions League celebrations on Wednesday night, I think it was, I don't think they're going to be in the best condition. And obviously, they don't need a result in their game against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are in good form. I think they're kind of just obviously playing for pride as well, but they're playing really well, so I think they could do well against Villa. Hence my question on Elise. I think I'm going to do it, but I will probably leave him on my bench. Mateus doing Son to Salah, Isak to Mateta for a free Salah captain. I really like that. I think Salah, if you want to go differential, Klopp's last game at Anfield, I think it's a good shout. OTW185, hello, thanks for reading my comment. Feel like I'm the only one who do. Oh, fair play, mate. Alexandru, good evening to you too. Hope you're all good. Laura, hello, how are you? Hope everything is well. What have I got? I haven't really got any Twitter news to take people through. We could have a look, see if Jump the Wave's done some lineup predictions. That might be helpful. Ultimately, I'm not going to have any team news the night before, like an afternoon, evening deadline, right? So, yeah. 2:30 deadline tomorrow. I'm not really going to have any news, but I'll do a few draft time team reviews like we always do. And I've done a few quiz questions, as always. And I've predicted scores as well. Let's just have a look at some score predictions, shall we? Oh, I've done some score predictions, but the numbers haven't saved. So let's not look at the score predictions. What we'll do, rather than look at my terrible predictions, I'll talk about how I think each of the games are going to go. And that might help people come to a decision on who to bring in, etc., who to captain, whatever. So Arsenal and Everton, I think it's nailed on Arsenal win, I've got to say. Everton are safe. But one thing Everton are is pretty stingy defensively. And I think they'll go to the Emirates and be quite stingy. I don't think Arsenal will score a lot of goals in that game. I do think they'll win. And I don't think Everton score. I think Arsenal keep a clean sheet. So, my mind, it's a low-scoring Arsenal win, I think. That's what I had, Alexandra, on my mistaken predictions. Although what I would say is obviously, why won't it zoom in? It's pretty weird. There we go. One thing I would say is people are kind of suggesting that the title is wrapped up for Man City already. Obviously, they need to win. I think people are underestimating West Ham. You know, like I don't think they're going to win, but I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule out a shock result in the Premier League. I just wouldn't, and I think people are being too early on writing off West Ham. We'll talk about that in a second, though. Brentford, Newcastle. I think both teams will score in that game. Newcastle obviously plagued with injuries defensively, but they're decent going forward. I think Arsenal. I was going to say Arsenal then. I think Newcastle win that one. I'm going to say 3-1. I do think Brentford score. Brighton, Man United. I'm pretty sure that's going to be... I'm going to go 2-2 in that one. That's my gut score. De Zerbi's last game at Brighton. He's announced that he's going to leave the club at the end of the season. I saw that in the news today. Yeah. Poor Brighton. I do kind of feel for them because they're kind of like a stepping stone club, aren't they? Although what I would say is, I don't know how you guys feel about De Zerbi, but he's had a lot of plaudits this season. Probably fair enough, but have Brighton really been that good? I don't know. Burnley Forest, it's pretty much sealed, isn't it? I'm going to go a draw in that one. I'm going to say 2-2. Burnley have to go all guns blazing. I think to stay up, Burnley need to win by like 11 goals, something like that. Imagine that. Burnley win 11-0 and stay up. What are the odds? What are the odds if you were to put a bet on that? Chelsea and Bournemouth. I think both teams don't necessarily have anything to play for, but Chelsea are probably one of the best form teams right now in the Premier League. Burnley, I don't think Burnley are done, are they? Or are they completely relegated, are they? When did I must be wrong. My apologies. Let's have a quick look. It's Luton, is it? Oh, of course. Yeah, they're screwed then, aren't they? My mistake. Forget what I said about Burnley Forest. I do still think it'll be a draw. Chelsea Bournemouth. I think Chelsea win that one. Like I was saying just before I made the mistake. I think Chelsea are one of the form teams in the league right now. I think they'll do all right against Bournemouth. I'm going to say 3-1 for Chelsea in that one. I actually, tell you what, I don't mind a bit of Cole Palmer captain this week. I just don't think he's better necessarily than Salah or Haaland. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. Kind of said about that already, to be honest. I feel like Aston Villa are pretty much on the beach, aren't they? You know, they've qualified for Champions League. That's absolutely guaranteed. They were partying midweek last week. I don't think they're going to be in the best of conditions, and they got to go to Selhurst Park. And Crystal Palace, they've had nothing to play for the last 5 games and have been one of the best teams in the league, right? So yeah, I think they'll do well in that one. Liverpool Wolves, Klopp's last game at Anfield. I mean, if Liverpool don't win that one, I'll be really surprised. I think Liverpool win it, basically. And I've banged on about it in all of my videos. But I just think if you have an opportunity to captain Salah in your chasing rank, I'd take it this week. Luton and Fulham. I mean, is anyone interested in that game, really? I guess sort of. Luton not necessarily relegated yet. I think Luton probably win that game just with Fulham being completely on the beach. I remember seeing Twitter videos from Fulham. The players were playing with kites on their training ground, which, I mean, how more on the beach can you be than playing with kites on your training ground, right? So, yeah, I think Luton, I can go 3-1 for Luton in that one. Man City, West Ham. I mean, I'm going to predict a Man City win. Same with Arsenal, Everton. I think Arsenal and Man City do win, but I just feel like people have been too quick to write off the players that of the team, that they're facing. I mean, I know West Ham, Everton don't necessarily have all that to play for, but it's the Premier League, right? Anything could happen. Now, Sheffield United, Spurs. I do think both teams probably score. I'm going to go 3-1 Spurs in that one. Yeah, apologies for my mistake there. Priyansh, I'll do some team reviews in just a second. I like it, Alex. I think Palmer captain's decent. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Thinking of captaining Palmer as a differential to finish top 5k. I am 5.8k right now. I mean, ultimately, mate, who you captain in Game Week 38 is completely down to your goals and ambitions. And I would probably counter that by asking you, if you went safe with a captain and plummeted down the leaderboard, because if you get Haaland wrong this week, you're probably going to get over 100% red arrow. If, say Haaland scores a hat-trick and everyone's got him captain and you don't, that's a big loss. And Palmer doesn't perform. Yeah, I don't know. It's just up to you, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Ooh, big from Alexandria there, who loves a differential, may I add. He doesn't actually fancy Salah this week. Any news on KDB? I'll tell you what, I'm not sure there's going to be any, but I will have a quick scroll through any leaked team news accounts. I would ask the question though, is KDB a doubt? I mean, I think he's nailed on, isn't he? EFL fantasy football, by the way, if anyone's seen that. That's going to be crazy. Brighton manager leaving, Leverkusen going undefeated. I don't think I've seen anything on KDB. Nah. Obviously, Phil Foden, player of the season. Year 7 man of the match. I don't think I've got any news for you. What I was going to do quickly before we do some team reviews is just see, let's see if Jump the Wave has done any lineup predictions. No, they're not out yet. So if you're interested in lineup predictions, Jump the Wave on Twitter is a good account to follow. Unfortunately, they're not done yet. I imagine they'll be done tomorrow. I was going to hopefully take people through those. Not so much. Oh no, Alexandria. I guess you win some, you lose some going differential, don't you, mate? It is what it is. What are your plans? What are your plans this week? Let's see. I'll just search De Bruyne and see if anything comes up. Hopefully, I don't get inappropriate tweets that I put on screen for everyone. Let's see. De Bruyne Pep. Let's see if that gives us a result. No. Latest. No, I've not seen anything. Not seen anything. Shall we do some team reviews then? If people want to, I'll do 5 FPL IDs. Obviously, members will get priority because that's how it works. 5 team reviews from here. If you want to ping me your FPL ID, I'll have a look at your team on Draft Hound. 58k at the moment. Hopefully, I can get into the top 50k. That'd be amazing. I'm only 8 points off. Nevertheless, learned a lot. Exactly, mate. That's all it is. It's a continual learning experience, isn't it? That's all it is. Got you, Laura. Don't worry. Got you covered. All good, mate. All good. I'll do pre-anches first. 1, 7, 4, 6. Interesting. You know what? So Draft Hound on expected points is telling you to go 4 at the back. Start Petrovic, Guardiola, White, Porro, Gabriel, Parmesan, Foden, Haaland, Jackson, Isak. Make of that what you will. It's saying Haaland captain, Palmer vice. And those are the expected points for your players. I mean, I definitely don't see a transfer here. I think the question is, it's up to you, I guess. I would probably play my Arsenal defenders over Porro. And sorry, yeah, I'd prefer Arsenal to Porro, and then I'd probably prefer Bruno Gordon to Porro as well. You're going to get Elise for Bruno, and I assume start him. Yeah, sounds good. If you want to do the Palmer captain, I think, like I said with you, mate, like I said before, it's completely up to what your goals are for the season, I guess. Oh dear, has my laptop crashed? Should be good. Yeah, it's completely up to you and what your goals are for the season, mate, on that one. Laura. Bruno dos tres. 4, 5, 5, 6. What would I do with this team? Yeah, you probably do need an Arsenal, but how? You don't have an easy way to get one. You need one, but I don't see an easy way to get one. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to go an FPL review for you. We could go Tomiyasu, I guess. Do you think, would you say, do you feel confident, Laura, that Tomiyasu is nailed? FPL review is saying Gordon to Eze, yeah, Burn to Tomiyasu. I think that's a good suggestion, to be honest. Burn to Tomiyasu. If you believe Tomiyasu will start, I think that's a good move. Gordon to Eze's there as well, which is, I think, will profit you on points, but you're going to be struggling, I think, to start Eze with this team. So yeah, Burn to Tomiyasu, start him probably over Van der Ven. I think you've got a really solid team there. Yeah, I think you're right. He's not going to change it now, is he? He's got his winning formula. Luke, hopefully it's got different names in Draft Hound to YouTube, but hopefully that's him. Oh, what would I do here? I would do Petrovic to Ortega. Yeah, Petrovic to Ortega. That's what I would do here. I'd consider starting Wood over Gordon, but I think I'd go Petrovic probably to Ortega. But, I mean, what's the FPL review saying for you as well? My gut's saying Petrovic to Ortega. That's what my gut says. Let's just do your team a sec. 3-9-0-7-8. Chris Wood captain. I don't mind that at all. The good thing about doing a live stream the day before the deadline is that FPL review works all the time. Saying Bruno to Saka. Okay. Yeah, Ortega's up there at some point. But Bruno to Saka is supposedly your most points bearing transfer, apparently, mate. Second best is Bruno to Odegaard. And then Gordon to Havertz, Gordon to Eze. That's what FPL review's saying, mate. Wrong tab. Nixie. Or it depends who you're getting rid of, mate. I don't mind Salah captain, but it depends who you're getting rid of, mate. You know, if you're taking a hit for it, it has to be getting rid of someone who probably doesn't play. I've got to be honest. Ooh. What were your plans, Nixie? You seem quite well informed for this week and ready to go. I don't really have a transfer to suggest here, other than Edison to Ortega. But other than that, or again, you could bring in Tomiyasu, I suppose. Can you afford him? Well, goalkeepers. Yeah, you can. So I think it's probably Tomiyasu in, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Oh, you got 2 frees as well. Wow. I would consider Edison to Ortega as well. I think that's a seed I want to plant. I think Edison to Ortega could work for you as well. We've done Prianch's team. Zaber Isaacs was next. Don't know why I said Isaac, so I'm stuck on the football player. Oh no, that's his overall. 4, 6, 3, 8. Fair play to you, bro. 4,638th overall is incredible. Same with you, Prianch. You're doing great, mate. I mean, clean sheet odds are... Hang on. Come on. Clean sheet odds are so. So Draft Town have Arsenal, Man City, both above 50% to keep a clean sheet. And in my very simple maths brain, if you're above 30%, 50%, you're considered more likely than not to keep a clean sheet. So I would back it. I would back it. I think both teams have found their winning back four formula now. Be my thoughts. I would say West Ham probably more likely to score than Everton, though, which I think is backed up in the odds. We were looking at Zaber's team. Honestly, mate, this starting 11 is absolutely perfect. I think I would do a goalkeeper Well, would I? Do you think Henderson can do the business against Villa? What the goalkeeper ranking? Let's see what FPL review says for you as well. 4, 6, 3, 8. Probably say Gordon to Maguire to Porro. Just go back to your team. Maguire to Porro. Yeah, but then when you don't like that. So Neto to Alisson. God. Are Liverpool more likely to keep a clean sheet than Palace, though? I could see Palace keeping a clean sheet as well. I think, this is my gut speaking, I have no statistical knowledge or anything that would suggest this is right. My gut is saying benching Isak is scary. And if you're looking to climb rank, I think a lot of people are going to have Petrovic. So in order to achieve your, I think Henderson is as likely to keep a clean sheet as Alisson in my mind. I really struggle to see an obvious transfer here with this team. Maybe you could just change a bench player around and just decide on who you think is best to have first on your bench. Because, I mean, other than that, I just don't see a transfer. What does anyone else in the chat think with this team? I just don't see anything obvious. This is helping Zaber here get a top 1k finish with a bit of luck, but I just don't see an obvious move. I mean, I'm only making, so just for full transparency, mate, this is my team. I'll just zoom out. There you go. So I think I have quite a similar team to you. And I'm really happy with it. Like, there's not an easy thing I can do with my 1 free transfer to improve my starting 11. So I'm of the right mind to do Gordon to Elise and then just put Elise on my bench. Because Isak, he's got 20 goals this season. 0.89 expected returns per 90. Can I start Elise over Isak? Just not sure I can. He is in incredible form, though, to be fair to him. But I'm of the right mind of, I think using a transfer and then benching the player you put in is basically burning one, right? So I would say, if you're of the mind of burning your transfer, yeah, but he scored 20 goals this season, mate. Yeah. If you're of the mind of yeah, okay. Gordon, I think based on what you've told me, Isaac, sorry, I keep butchering your name, Zaber, I would do Gordon to Elise and start him over Isaac. From reading your messages, I'm not in the room with you. I think that's where you want to go. That's where your gut is telling you to go. I think it makes sense. And I wish you all the best of luck, mate, whatever happens. I think you're right about Elise over Isaac, you know. I think you're right about that. Right. Does anyone want to do a quiz? Anyone want to do a quiz? I've got 4 quiz questions for you. And we'll do a little bit more chit and chat. And then I think I might call it there because, yeah, it's not the deadline yet. There's not a whole lot to talk about. But I thought I'd do a few team reviews for people. And we can look at a quiz, right? So, starting off then. I didn't actually know the answer to this one, so I thought it would be a good quiz question. Right now, without cheating, who is the top scoring player for points in FPL? Ollie Watkins, Erling Haaland, Cole Palmer, or Bukayo Saka? Who has the most points in FPL right now? I mean, Saber, it's up to you, mate. It's up to your. I feel like that's a decision I can't make for you. That's a you thing, unfortunately. I don't mean to avoid the question, but that is kind of a you thing and your risk appetite. Few shouts for Palmer, I see. Saka and Watkins. Everyone getting a bit of love by the looks of it, apart from Haaland. Like I said, I didn't actually know the answer to this when I wrote the question. Because I'm an idiot. The answer is, I'm not an idiot. Cole Palmer, 238 points he's on. Forget the question at the top. Cole Palmer, 238 points. Okay. So, compare it to their starting price in the game at the start of the season. Which player has gone down the most in price this season? So, compared to start price, where they are now, who has gone down the most? GT, unfortunately, I'm busy tomorrow. My girlfriend's running a half marathon, so I'm gonna head out and cheer her on. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to go live tomorrow. So I thought I'd squeeze in a stream now to keep everyone company and scratch the itch, what have you. I will pass that on, Nixie. I'm sure she'll do very well. Just not going for time or anything. I think just to finish. But yeah, looking forward to cheering her on. Should be good fun. Be nice to see someone else doing physical. It's usually I do quite a lot of racing and stuff, so it'd be quite nice to watch other people swimming racing. So it'd be quite nice to watch other people for a change. The answer, no one's got it. It is Carlton Morris. He's gone down 0.8 million. He is the biggest price reducer in the game this season. I didn't know that, but it's Morris. All right. So this is a bit of an interesting question because there are multiple answers. And what I'll do, the next slide has got all the players that have. But can you all name me a player that has played every minute of Premier League football so far this season? A player that's not missed a minute. And then I'll show you the list and you can work out if you're correct once I show you the list. Just name me a player you think's played every minute. Highest threat to me, Petrovic and Porro. And if I bench Isak, will be him as well. I understand your predicament, mate. I understand your predicament. One thing I know it's saying don't worry is the worst piece of advice you can give to someone who is a little bit stressed and worried. But whether you finish top 1K or not is not the make or break of the world, mate. So just don't sweat it too much, is what I'd say. I think it's a really tough call. Hopefully everything I went provokes thought. I don't think there's an absolute nailed on good decision with your team. I'll leave this on a little bit longer because we've still got a few answers coming through. Right. I'm going to show you the list. I think it's 2,990 minutes, and there's one player who has missed 1 minute. There's your list. All the players that have played every minute so far in the Premier League this season. Most people, I think, have got it right. It's a fair play to you. Oh no, sorry, I don't know. We're saying 2,990, 3,330 now. I don't know. There's your list. So there's only four outfield players, and they're all centre backs. Saliba, Anderson, Tarkowski, and Kilman, and then the rest of goalkeepers. Pickford, Tarkowski, Leno, Kaminsky, Vicario, and Onana. I think Solanke missed a minute. I'll show you at the end, because if I flash up the FPL... Hang on. I won't show you at the end. I can show you now. I think it's Solanke who missed 1 minute. Stats. Minutes played. Oh no, Solanke's missed 6 minutes. My bad. He's missed 6 minutes. I will do, mate. I'll do some more team reviews after the quiz. Yeah, Solanke and Zabani were close, but not quite there. I think Zabani must have missed a game by the looks of it. Right. Be careful not to go on to future questions. Right. Next question. So, which goalkeeper has made the most saves in the Premier League this season? I think Onana missed a Champions League game, and that was it. So you got Thomas Kaminsky, Bernd Leno, Onana, and Areola. Who has made the most saves in the Premier League this season? Thomas Kaminsky being the Luton keeper, Bernd Leno playing for Luton. You all know who Onana plays for, and all know who Areola plays for. Fun fact, I had Onana in my team at the start of the season, and if I just kept him and didn't transfer anyone out, I think I probably would be about 10,000 ranks higher than I am at the moment. Goalkeepers are kind of a set and forget, aren't they? You just set and forget. Don't really need to change them around. They'll sort of score around the same points, right? The answer, drum roll, please. I think this might be the last question. Yeah, it's the last question. Onana, 147 total saves. He's made the most in the league this season. Oh, Onana and Raya, that is a painful double up there. Right. I'll take a few more. Actually, if you want to ping your ID in again, we'll take a few more team reviews. I'll stay here till about 2:15, take a few more questions, and then I'll end it there and let you get on with your evenings. I don't want people stressing about FPL too much, you know. Need some more difficult questions, mate. Fire away. I'll try and help you. 46864. 46864. What means this? I would do Madison to Elise here. It got to be done, hasn't it? Madison to Elise, mate. And then I think you're set. Benching Bruno's painful, but I think Elise's better. I do. Alexandria, I'll definitely do some videos during pre-season. Should I do a little? I'll do a little leak. Do a little leak of some stuff I've been working on recently. 2 seconds. We'll get it ready. It's a little surprise for you guys. If it'll work. Why is it doing that? That's been annoying. Bear with. A little cheeky leak of my plans over the summer. If you can see that. See, I do all my graphics in PowerPoint because I'm not a computer nerd. I'll show you. Little peek of... Oh, I can't do it full screen, can I? Because it will just cut it in half. Oh, we're on a full PowerPoint presentation mode now. There you go. That's what I'm planning. Euro 2024 fantasy. And yeah, going to do a how to play video. I've done a bit of research on all the rules. So the first one's going to be a how to play video. Here's the thumbnail. I was interested. Worked quite hard on these graphics. A little sneak of how I do them. I just do them all in PowerPoint. But yeah, that's the thumbnail. So yeah, it should be good. Looking forward to that. So that'll be happening. And then I'll do all my pre-season content as well. Who was next? Remzinho. I will look at your team, my friend. Remzinho. 50265959. Remy. Let's have a look. What a great team. I think we all have quite similar teams, don't we? Honestly, maybe Bruno to Elise, but I think you can start Bruno likewise. Completely up to you. Do Bruno to Elise, or honestly, you could hold on to your transfers, and that will help you with your rank. GT, of course. 6221275. I'm deciding whether to have fish and chips tonight as well, or whether to go healthy and have the stir fry that I made for lunch. I can't decide. I do kind of want fish and chips. Onana White. Oh, I would probably do. I think I'd do Madueke to Elise. Or you do Edison to Ortega and start Gordon. I wouldn't be taking hits here. Those are my 2 suggestions for you, GT. If you're 11 points ahead in your mini league and have no free transfers left, same team as person below, except I have Son and he has Salah, who would you take a -4 to cover? 11 points ahead in your mini league, no free transfers left, same team as person below, except I have Son and he has Salah. I still can't make sense of that. Oh, sorry, Dylan. Yeah, I did. I'll look at yours in a sec. My mistake, mate. So, Salah has to score in order for you to take the -4 to cover. Bringing in Salah has to be worth 15 points to the person that's doing it. I will do, Rehan. I'll do that in my video, mate. Spartans, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, going live on Saturday. My girlfriend's doing a half marathon tomorrow, so I'm going to be busy for the stream. Normal stream time, unfortunately. So I thought I'd go tonight. Why not? What a way to spend your Saturday night, eh? Fantastic. We love this. Oh, Alexandria, I'm very pleased, mate. Thank you. No need for a super chat, mate. You keep holding your money. It's not an issue at all. I really appreciate the intent. And yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure streaming to you, my friend. Thank you for being a member for as long as you have. I really appreciate you, my friend, and thank you very much. I really appreciate that. What a lovely thing to say. 470. Look at Dylan's team. So just sorry that I haven't necessarily held my end of the bargain with regards to live streams. My life just got so busy between like Gameweek 32 and 36. I just couldn't do it. And I feel like that's one of the main things you get as a member. So my apologies for... I have a full-time job and a life outside of this. It just got really hard for those few weeks. So I appreciate your patience with me and all that. Yeah, just thank you, my friend. Right. Dylan Hudson's team. Oh, I don't see a transfer here. I don't see a transfer. Maybe getting Raya in if you really want to do Raya. But I honestly think Henderson can make saves and get a clean sheet. But if you want to make a transfer here, I think it's Henderson for Raya. Rehan, I'll look at yours. 547166. You've got 43 people watching on a Saturday night, eh? How good's that? Thank you, everyone. Mate, I don't see an obvious... Oh, you need a bit of Arsenal in there, mate. I would do Dan Burn to Gabriel. You definitely need some Arsenal in here. Dan Burn to Gabriel, mate. Got to do that, I think. Got to be done. Sorry for making you want a chippy. I do remember, though, last time I had a chippy from there, it was absolutely unreal, but I felt quite ill afterwards. Sorry, pal. I'll look at yours now. No worries, my friend. Yeah, for Spartan's course, mate. Oh, Alexandru, you're a legend. Thank you, mate. Thank you. That's so kind. Thank you, mate. That's very, very kind of you. Jar. 2 frees, man, and I just don't see a transfer here. Can you get to Salah? Just for a bit of fun? 13.3. No, you're 1.1 short of getting Salah. Oh, mate. And if you hold on to your transfers, you will gain rank just by using less transfers, because people who are on the same points as you, it gets decided on number of transfers made. You've got Petrovic will play, 11 starters, and then 3 players on the bench that I personally think will play. Mate, I wouldn't do anything. I know it sounds really boring, but I wouldn't do anything here. I'd hold on to your transfers and let that be your differential, I think. Spartans, I'm very happy to... Let's have a look at your team. Nixie's got a good suggestion there to maybe think about Jarko. Ooh, what would I do here? Doing really well, by the way, Spartans. Lovely. Good team. You could get Porro for Gusto, but do we think Porro outscores Gusto? I think Chelsea are more likely to keep a clean sheet than Tottenham are. And Gusto's pretty good going forward. Probably as good as Porro. So I probably wouldn't make that move. You tripled up on Arsenal and City, so you can't bring in a defender from those respective teams. Yeah, man. I don't see anything obvious, Spartans. I really don't. Maybe the tactic of holding on to your transfer and then hopping above people that have used more could work for you. Well, he started the last game, mate. He started against Brighton. And when a lot of people said he wouldn't play, I think he probably does. I quite like owning Gusto as well. I think he's a nice differential. I don't think many people are going to be starting him. I think most people have double Arsenal and Guardiola, or Arsenal, Porro, and Guardiola. So yeah, I don't think you desperately need to make a transfer. Oh, I can like that message as well. Thank you again, Alexandru, mate. That's very kind of you. What would be your top 5 captain differentials this week? I'm thinking about Wood, maybe Odegaard or Elise. Yeah, I think Palmer's going to be really good. So I don't think many people will go for him as captain. Here's your top players for... Oh, I've gone forward. Yeah, fair play. Fair on you there, Spartans, without Petrovic as well. I think that's a really good point. Yeah, I'd probably leave it, mate. I don't think... Not going to suggest a transfer for the sake of it. Those are your top players for expected points on Draft Hound, Alexandru. I think I need to do Robert's team and Daniel's as well. So anyone, below Haaland, I think it'll be a differential this week. And here's your top expected points for FPL review. I mean, it's pretty similar. What else? Right, we're going to look at Robert's team. Well, why am I searching for his name? That's silly, isn't it? Although I do think Draft Hound has fluffed it. Yeah, Draft Hound's not playing ball currently. We'll try FPL review. We'll have to do FPL review. 269. I think it's a solid team, mate. I really do. I think I do Burn to Ben White. Start Ben White. Burn to Ben White, mate, I think is your move this week. I think Johnson and Son against Sheffield United are great. Johnson is a really good differential. Nah, afraid not, John. I'm watching my girlfriend do a half marathon, so I'm afraid I won't be at the meets. I think you probably put that in the chat last week, didn't you? But yeah, apologies. If anyone's in Bristol watching the half marathon, let me know. I'll come and say hello. But yeah, sorry, I'm busy. I'd get an Arsenal defender in, mate. Robert, I'd do that. Daniel Hall. Let's see if Draft Time's working again. Might be now. 373. 8. Yeah, I also thought that. I also thought that, Dylan, because I'm pretty sure Elise is the penalty taker when they're both on the pitch. Elise is Zetlin for me. Yeah, but I think they're saying it because Eze has taken pens this year, but I don't think there's been a penalty awarded to Palace. Well, there has been when they were both on the pitch, and I'm pretty sure Elise took it. It's not working. Draft Time's frozen on this screen. I think this is the best 11 you can make this week, Daniel. I think this is the best 11 you can possibly make this week, apart from maybe Isak. So I just don't see a transfer. I mean, genuinely, it's really, that's why he's 7.4k overall. I mean, yeah, it's probably the best team you can make. Like, genuinely, mate. I'm sorry I don't have much to say. I hope you can take that as a compliment. Your team's really good, but I just don't have anything for you. I really don't. Great team. Yeah, mate, punt on Eze? Yes, I guess, because you could, if you fancy them above Isak, do it. Sounded like Palpatine then. Do it. But yeah, I'd do that. That's the only thing I can see. It won't tell me how many free transfers you have, but apart from Isak, that's literally a maybe Jackson, but he's in great form at the moment. That's probably a free hit team. Like if I was free hitting Gameweek 38, certainly 9 of that 11 would be in it. Yeah, I'd have Salah, but can't get him, can you? Yeah. Freddie, good to see you, my friend. I probably caught you out with my Saturday evening stream. Good to see you, Freddie, mate. Thank you for sticking by me as a member. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you joined because I'm probably going to hop off on the hour. So I'll do 8 more minutes. But if you want to send me your ID, I'm happy to look at your team or just ask any questions or answer any questions, whatever you want, mate. Other than that, though, I think I'm almost locked in. I need to do that. Palmer Vice. Other than that. Or maybe that. Yeah, I'm going to make that move tomorrow if it comes about, Dylan. Because the thing is, I'd be asking myself, is it worth starting one of them over Isak? And I think that's a really close call. And usually, when it's a really close call, the answer is to not make a transfer. Because using less transfers, a lot of people are going to finish, whatever rank you are, there are going to be probably, hundreds of, maybe 100 players that are on the same rank as you. I know it doesn't make a lot of difference, but the players that are on the same score as you, if you've made less transfers than them, you rocket up the leaderboard, and that's a bit of a differential. You beat them on the leaderboard by less transfers. So I'm probably going to do Gordon to Elise and then bench Isak, but I've not decided. I'm not full on that. Yeah, I like it, Freddie. What makes you go Eze over Elise? That'd be my only question. Unless you already have Elise, that's fair enough. But I personally think Elise is better. Might be controversial, that. Yeah, Spartans, I saw you left a question about Bruno, didn't you? I forgot to answer it. I'm tempted to keep him as he is in my Sky team. Nah. No, I don't think that's a good reason, personally, if you want to get rid of him. Horror, eh? Hmm. I think Elise's on penalties. I think Elise's on penalties. Because they're on the pitch together. I'm pretty sure they're on the pitch together against Man City. Yeah, here you go. They were on the pitch together against Man City. If I get the so that was Palace Man City. So just go on SofaScore and just check the lineup. Palace Man City on 22nd of December. We just go. I think it'd be the opposite with Brighton. Oh, I picked the wrong day, didn't I? Not bad. Well, what? No, when was it? Anyway, I'm pretty sure they're both on the pitch. The only time this season they were both on the pitch when Palace were ordered a penalty was against Man City, and Elise took it. Exactly what Spartan says. I'm just but Freddie, if you're sold on Eze, go for it. I'm just I'm here to give advice at the end of the day, aren't I? So that's what I was doing there. Based on what you told me, I wouldn't change your mind. Yeah, it's very true, Nixie. The more transfers you make, every single transfer you make on your wildcard and press the confirm button, it counts. Unfortunately, I learned that lesson the hard way. And you also lose all your price rises and stuff. Nightmare. Eze was just sub. Was that the case? Is it? Fair enough, mate. If that's the case, like I said, it's not deep. If you're sold on Eze, you go Eze, mate. I was just throwing a stone at your idea to see if it would crack, but it's fair enough. Well, I don't know, mate. Hungover centre backs. Diego Carlos running in. You think Elise in behind. Diego Carlos chasing him. Hacks him out. Penalty. Yeah, but I hate to play devil's advocate, but even if you've only been on the pitch for 2 minutes and you are the penalty taker, you take the penalty, don't you? Like if Bruno Fernandes, for whatever reason, had only been on the pitch for 2 minutes for Man United, he'd take the penalty. Saka would be the same. Son be the same. You know? Hey, I'm just playing devil's advocate, man. But that's just what I'm thinking. Oh, Habesha. Yeah, of course, mate. Apologies. If you've already put it in the chat and I haven't looked at it, I can only apologise. It's quite hard to keep track. You look at people's teams without looking at the chat goes up, you miss some IDs. Oh, another guy with basically a free hit team. You're just short of Gordon to Salah, which is annoying. We'll do FPL review. I'm going to go with FPL review because I can't see an obvious one there other than Gordon to Elise or Eze. And I'll probably make this the last one if that's all right, lads. Bloody hell. That's interesting. You got 2 frees? You do. Well, that's what FPL review... I tell you what, I don't hate that. But then, would you start Trent? Probably not. Oh, you haven't got Saka. I do Gordon to Saka, mate. I do Gordon to Saka. Alexandru, absolute pleasure, mate. And I completely understand the time. Hope you have a good evening. Thank you for all your support this season. And yeah, good luck tomorrow, mate. I'll do an end of season awards as well. So that will happen. Freddie, I'll look. No, of course got time, mate. Members always get their teams looked at. That's how it works. You'll be the last one, mate. Oh, man alive. What a team. Yeah. Get Chris Richards, and then you can do Gordon to Salah. Well, Isak, tell you what. Isak to Mateta, Gordon to Salah is cracking. That is fantastic. I don't see a transfer here. Freddie, I've got to say, De Bruyne, someone said in this chat, right? Someone said in this chat that Pep said De Bruyne should be all right. But if you were worried about De Bruyne, and we get news that he's not, it's Gordon to a Palace player. And like you've already said it. So I don't really have anything to add, I'm afraid, Freddie, other than to back up what you've already said, because I think what you said makes sense and is a good idea. Sorry to kind of bottle it, sit on the fence or what have you, but I think your idea is working. Template FC. How rude. Right, folks, I think I might end it there, if that's all right, and get some dinner down. I've decided what I'm going to go the halfway house on fish and chips. I'm going to make something relatively healthy and with vegetables and stuff, and then buy some chip shop chips and have that with it. Yeah. Oh, mate, I don't even play Fantasy Challenge. I haven't even looked at it yet. Sorry, I'm not the right guy to ask about that. I barely have time to even do my own team in FPL and make videos about it, I'm afraid. But yeah, total respect to you if you play it, mate. That's not me dissing it. It's just don't have time. Right. 50 people watching it. 8 PM on a Saturday. Well, thank you. Thank you for spending your Saturday evenings with me. If anyone's got me on for their pre-drinks for a big Saturday night, then I'm blown away, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say, really, FPL-wise, other than just a big thank you to everyone that's watching this stream. And like I said on my other video, just thank you so much for everyone's support so far this season. So far, it's basically ever, isn't it? This season as a whole. Yeah, incredible. I think this channel's gone from about 1,100 subscribers to 4,000. I don't know what we're on now. 4,600. Incredible. And I'm making a little bit of money from it. I'll do one of the videos I'll make over the summer is a story of like my YouTube growth, just to show people how that's happened, and I'll share how much I've earned if anyone's interested. I'm pretty open about that kind of thing. But yeah, it's just lovely to have a little trickle of income as well from it. I'm very grateful to everyone watching. Yeah, what an amazing hobby to have, eh? I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it and enjoy interacting with you guys on live streams. So yeah, absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best of luck for Gameweek 38. I'll be tweeting and stuff, I imagine, during the day. I just won't be able to live stream. And I will pass on everyone's good luck to my girlfriend for her run. So yeah, not a problem. Very happy to stream. So yeah, good luck. Thank you. And I'll catch you in the next one.